All right, let's take a look at this chapter 6, using the solver. So under the instructions, we can see that we're going to use the solver to set our objective for the highest net income possible. In the solver, we're also going to ask the solver to use units sold as the changing variable. And we're going to set some limitations around what the solver can play with. Our first limitation is around raw materials. The next one is around labor hours, and our third limitation is going to be for maximum production capacity. All right, so let's hit back to our spreadsheet here, and let's just remind ourselves of the data that we've got to work with. So here on the column A is the set of labels that we're working with. Column B holds the data for those labels. So you can see that we have our raw materials in the units up above, raw materials consumed down below, B16. Then also we have our labor hours consumed. We're going to work with labor hours as well. And then just take a look at total production costs. So we use total production costs to calculate our net profit, right? We take our gross profit minus total production cost to calculate our net profit. So we're going to use all of that information. Oh, and just a quick reminder up above, don't forget we have units sold. We have to play with our units sold as well. All right, so now let's launch the solver. Under the data tab, way over on the right-hand side, I'm going to click actually, before I launch the solver, I want to let you know that I've actually already done these steps because it's a little time consuming. So I just want to quickly I just want to show them rather than actually build it from scratch. So I already have my answer report. You should only have one answer report. You emailed me about having, I think, 5 of them. You only want one. And this is what our answer report is going to look like in the end. It comes up with our objective cell there, our variable cell is next, and then our constraints or our limitations are third. All right, back to the forecast sheet. Now we're ready to launch, or I'm ready to launch the solver window. So in the solver window, a lot of this information we're just pulling right from our set of instructions. So we're told in the instructions that our objective is set for net profit, so that's B22. You won't have it in there. You'll have to click it, apply it in there. And our changing variable cell is units sold, that's B4. Again, you can pop that in there. And then here are our 3 constraints that we were talking about. B16 is our raw materials. So we want to set B16 to be less than or equal to B10, the raw materials used in the units. So B16 is less than or equal to B10. The next one is our labor hours. So we're saying B17, our labor hours consumed, must be less than or equal to B13, the labor hours available to us, right? We only have a certain number of employees who can only work a certain number of hours. And then the third one there that we had given to us in the instructions was our maximum capacity. So here what we're saying is our units sold, B4, must be less than or equal to B7, maximum capability per week, the most we can produce. So what you do to set those is you click the add button, and then you just type in or click on those cells, B16 less than or equal to B10, and so forth. And after each one, you can click add. After all 3, I have to hit cancel because I already have them. After all 3, you can click OK. Once you have the limitations put in there, or the constraints, sorry, they're called constraints, then we're going to go with the default settings for our solver. We're not going to change anything else in this window. Go ahead and click solve. In the next window then, you have to tell Excel that you want an answer report and that you're going to keep the solver solution in your worksheet. When you're ready with that, so select answer and click OK. Now you'll notice that I have another answer report. My answer report number 2, you'll only have answer report number 1. I'm going to show you answer report number 1. It should look like this. And what it's telling you again is that we're looking at our objective cell is net profit, its original value, and then its solver value, the final value there. Under variable cells, we told it to use B4 as a variable cell. The original value, its final value appears there. And then the last part of the answer report tells the viewer about the constraints that were applied. So that's what you need to do. Email me if you have any trouble at all.